Good afternoon. I'm Sharon Min Chow. We know that right now, FBI Houston agents have just packed up and left HISD district headquarters at the Hattie Mae White building in Northwest Houston. The FBI saying there is no danger to students, staff, or the community during the raid. Janelle Ford is live at the administration building on the northwest side. All right, Janelle, do we know what they were looking for and what's going on here?
Sherman, no, we don't right now. Both HISD and the FBI have both been pretty hush about this, sticking with the verbiage that was in the original release that went out just before 9 o'clock this morning. All it said was that the FBI was here conducting court-approved legal action. As you said, the FBI just headed out. It's unclear if they'll be back anytime today, but here's what we saw this morning. Both the FBI and IRS agents going in and out of the district administrative buildings. About an hour ago, they began bringing out boxes and loading them into their cars. An FBI spokesperson came out briefly to give us an update. She stressed that there was no threat to students, staff, or the community, but also said the agency is not ready to release any further details about what's going on. As we've been trying to connect the dots this morning, we've learned that right now law enforcement is also outside a home. Our records show belongs to HISD Chief Operating Officer Brian Busby. We flew our chopper overhead. You can see the IRS there, as well as Harris County Sheriff deputies. We are working to learn if there is a connection between that and what's going on here at the district headquarters. HISD has not said much, but they did say that they are cooperating with this investigation, but they are not talking about what prompted this. We will continue to work to learn what this investigation is all about throughout this afternoon. Sending it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, thank you very much, Janelle. And of course, we will continue to follow this story as it unfolds today. You can find the very latest on KHOU.com and on your KHOU 11 mobile app. A Houston